Today on the channel, we take a trip to Bucksnort, Tennessee. Beautiful this time of year by way of Australia for the figure collection's retro figures of Steph DeLander and old Mancer, Mance Warner.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another retro wrestling unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we take a step over to figure collections for their latest and greatest green card series with Steph DeLander and old Mancer himself, Mance Warner. But for all your figure collection needs, better head over to Figure Collections. Use code Kyle to save yourself 10%. That's exactly what I did. Is I picked up the new Epic Toys series and figure collection series over there, of course. So check out all the unboxings on the channel and head over there and use code Kyle to save yourself 10%. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, it's a ladies' first channel around here. So we got to go to Steph DeLander first. Steph DeLander, I've been following her career since NXT. I thought she didn't get a fair shake in NXT. I thought she was really coming aboard over there. Thought she was doing a really good job. Of course, part of WWE releases, and then made a name for herself on the indies, working with Matt Cardona and so forth. So shout out to her for getting a figure here from Figure Collections. I believe there is a chase version of this as well. I may pick that up in the future. We'll see what happens. But let's dive into this Steph DeLander, and we'll compare it to some other female figures here in a little bit. But there she is, Steph DeLander on the package. Australia's own. Shout out to everybody over there in Australia, of course. Got the figure, got the green card series going on here. Wrestling Something Wrestlers, of course, is the logo. Down here, you do got some extra hands for her, so that's interesting. Probably a good idea because you got the two middle finger hands. Not everybody's going to want to display a figure with middle fingers, so maybe you can mix it up here. And of course, you get the chase version. You do one of each. Pretty cool way to go about business, if you ask me. Steph DeLander, Series 3. On the back, 4.5-inch wrestling figures. Series 3, Brian Adams, Scotty Garland, Mance Warner, Steph DeLander. We're unboxing all these here on the channel. We've unboxed a lot of these on the channel. I think pretty much every single one, actually, now that I'm looking at it. So check out those reviews in the archives, of course. Steph DeLander, height 5'11", weight 85 kilograms. Origin Sydney, Australia. Debuting in 2017, DeLander quickly became one of Australia's hottest commodities. Since then, she's dominated one promotion to the next, a game-changing talent wherever she goes. How about that? Height 5'11", same height as my wife. How about that right there? We'll see. Of course, she is dating Mance Warner. Are they married? They're engaged? Something like that. And Mance Warner's 6'1", so I feel like we need to go on a double date. My wife, Angie, going on a date with Steph DeLander and Mance Warner. I think it would be a great dinner conversation. I think it would. I think it would work out. I think me and old Mancer would get along just well, and Steph DeLander and my wife, Angie, would get along very well as well. We're both the same height. I'm the same height as Mance Warner. She's the same height as Steph DeLander. Sounds like a dinner party that needs to happen, and we'll film it for YouTube or whatever. Who knows? But looking good here. But let's get it out here. I'm interested to see what we got with old Steph DeLander. Get her out of the package. Oh, rookie unboxing. It's not going well. I like to get them clean off the card. It's just not possible. It's just not possible. These companies put them on there because they're so scared of them falling off the card, which I understand. That's a bad look, obviously, but I don't know. For me, I like to be able to have some cleanliness when I pull them off the card. So I'll try to clean this up a little bit later. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to Steph DeLander right here. We get two Fists of Fury, glove Fist of Fury right here. Looking good, ready for those punches and bunches. All the way down from Australia is what that's ready for. But now we're diving into Steph DeLander right here. Looking interesting for sure. First thing I notice is those middle fingers, though. They're coming right at you. She's just telling you how she feels. Now, I don't know if I would guess this is Steph DeLander right away in the head sculpt. Somebody just handed me the head here. Not sure I would know that. It does have the SDL right there on the cheek, of course. We do got a little bit of a divot right there in the front of her hair. I don't know if that's supposed to be there or not. Is that a chip in the paint, or is it supposed to be like that? I guess I could look on the back of the package. No, it looks like it's on the back of the package too, so maybe I'm just not familiar enough with her hairstyle there, but she's got a little ding right there in the blonde bangs. Black hair throughout, long hair right there, looking good. Got a nice top going on here, showing some cleavage there, of course, with the bra, looking very nice. Got the nice colored pants here, the pink tights. You've got a little bit of sparkle in the paint, which is pretty nice. Quite a lot going on back there as well for her. So shout out to Steph DeLander. Got the Miss Elizabeth Sensational Sherry kind of forearm things going on there all the way up to the middle fingers and the hands here. Pink knee pads, white boots, ready to go. Figure Toy Company, or FC Toys, LLC 2025 down here. You do got a hole in a foot. Going to be interesting to see, does she fit on a ringside collectible stand? Oh, what do you know? Using discount code Kyle, save 10%. She does fit on a stand, which I always appreciate that. Now, articulation, you got hand articulation, of course. Head, pretty much non-existent with the long hair. Arms do move extremely tight, but they will go all the way around. And then you got waist articulation. So that is it. Typical retro style articulation on this one here. Quite the proportions, though, especially from the back. Almost reminds you of a young Katie Forbes with RVD. Of course, another couple. Let's just get on all these double dates. Go out with RVD and Katie Forbes. We'll go with Steph DeLander and old Mancer. Just make a night of the town of it is what we'll do. But Steph DeLander looking good here, but interesting. I'm going to compare it if I can find figures to compare to over here. How about that? Now we do get Chelsea Green, of course, once upon a time. This was from the Figure Collections line. How do we think these fare to each other? Now, I can't remember. Is Chelsea like 5'6", 5'7", maybe 5'6"? So Steph DeLander is taller than her. I'm not sure if I feel like this is undersized. I feel like if they had to do this over again, they would size it up a little bit. But you can see the comparison right here between the two. Definitely smaller right there. And then I do got a Wendy Richter here, of course, so you can compare her to Wendy Richter. See how that's going. Obviously, Wendy a lot bigger. These Mattels seem to be the largest retro figures when we do comparisons and stuff, but really kind of working our way down the slope between these three here. So I don't know. What's your thoughts on the sizing of this Steph DeLander? I mean, she's not 5'2", 5'3". She's almost 6 foot. She's an inch away from 6 feet, so she's got to be bigger. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments your thoughts on that one there. And as we move our way over to Old Mancer. Oh, Old Mancer. Now, J&J Figures, I'm finding out, does have exclusive versions of him. Unfortunately, I missed out. There's like an extremely bloody one and a kind of bloody one. Kind of bloody one is still on their website. The extreme blood is sold out. I really wish I could have got that. Didn't know that was a thing. Just missed it. And you know what they say? You snooze, you lose. That's what happens along the way. But I am happy to have Old Mancer in here. I've been following him for a long time. I've seen him on many indie shows throughout the years. Most recently, the Pro Wrestling Revolver shows. He's on almost every single one of those. Even handed a chunk of the door to my daughter and her friends, and they still talk about it to this day. They have that chunk of the door in like a shed at one of their friends' house from a match with Old Mancer, and I think some of his blood's even on there. So they might be cloning him. I'm not exactly sure. But Mance Warner, a throwback to yesteryear, would have fit into ECW extremely well. Now in TNA, of course. And from Bucksnort, Tennessee, wasn't that where for like a Buckhouse Buck was from maybe or something like that? He kind of gives that vibe a little bit of Terry Funk vibes. All things considered, I do enjoy Old Mancer out there on the indies. So hopefully he keeps doing what he's doing out there. But looking real good here is Old Mancer there in the green card, Wrestling Something Wrestlers once again. Got the autograph there. Looking good on the packaging design. And looking like a psycho, of course, on the back. Looking good. You got all the cross sells going on. Let's see what it says in the blurb for one Old Mancer. Height 6'1", just like myself. Weight 215 pounds. Origin Bucksnort, Tennessee. Making his debut in 2015, Mancer has quickly become a major league star, bringing violence and destruction to the independent wrestling scene. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But let's get Old Mancer out of the package right now. If I can get him off as clean as possible. Oh, so tight is this packaging here. And you guys know me, I usually like it tight. I like it real tight, but not in the carding all the time. But here we go. We're going to pull him out. Old Mancer. There we go. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Bam! See you later, goodbye. See you later, goodbye. Old Mancer out of the package here. An interesting look to Old Mancer. I don't know. It's an interesting figure for sure. Now, no extra hands, any accessories, anything like that. But looking very good. Looks like he's ready for a bunkhouse battle. He's got that distant crazy man look. And of course, you're going to be like a Terry Funk. You're going to be a bunkhouse buck type character. You got to have a crazy look. You got to be the psychopath there. Looking very good there. Got the mouth open. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. Got the beard going on. Mouth is open. Got the big old eyes, the big old crazy eyes there. short hair, looking good. Looks like old Mancer. I would know who this is if somebody handed it to me. He does got the finger poke of doom here, Three Stooges style. Just gonna go right for it, but you gotta block it. You gotta block it like so. But he's gonna poke you right in the eyes. And he's gonna throw up the peace sign as well. And then you got Fist of Fury over here, which is very important for a brawler like old Mancer. Now he does got the American flag kind of do-rag around his neck there. You got a little singlet top over the top. Got some tattoo work on both of his arms. You got those jeans ready to go. And nothing says I'm ready for a fight like a pair of blue jeans with knee pads over the top. So underrated, so little attention to details like that. If you're going to have a street fight, you do that, people take you extremely serious. Instead of some of these guys, especially on these indie shows, they come out for a street fight in their regular gear. Man, come out in a Journey shirt, wear some boots, and then wear some blue jeans, and people will take you a lot more serious in a street fight. Let me tell you, whenever I do a street fight, man, you know I'm putting on a Kiss shirt. I'm just rocking out there. That's what I'm doing. But to each their own, of course. But just a pro tip here from the table today. Got a belt going on there, and you love the cowboy boots with the American flags going on there as well. Arms all the way around for us, head back and forth, side to side, waist back and forth, side to side. FC Toys LLC 2025, and of course, should fit on a ringside stand. Old Mancer fits on a stand just like Steph DeLander as well. Got a couple of variants for both of these two, and I might have to track those down in the future. But, you know, we got to get them. Got to get them all, like a case of Pokemon right there. So there it is, old Mancer and Steph DeLander. We're ready for the double date, guys. Let's do it. 5'11", 6'1", it writes itself. We'll take you to a honky tonk or something. We can do whatever you want to do, you know, the way we do it. There it is. But old Mancer, Steph DeLander, pretty good right here. Really, your mileage may vary. There is a little bit of, I don't know, retro bias. I don't know what the word is, but some people like certain retros and don't like other ones. You got to kind of see where you're at. But for what Figure Collections is doing, they're still finding their way, if you ask me. You go from that Chelsea green to Steph DeLander, constant learning, constant improvement, and coming out with a lot of heavy hitters along the way. So Figure Collections, slow and steady wins the race is seemingly what they're doing. Very excited for their elite style figures in the future as well. But shout out to Figure Collections for these two right here. Two winners, and nice to get a couple in the same series. It's kind of like completing a team, I guess, in a lot of ways. So there it is, Steph DeLander and old Mancer. What's your guys' thoughts? You picking up these two? Long game, no game, hard pass game? Let me know in the comments down below. And if we go on the double date, where should we go? Applebee's? Would that be a good place to go? Maybe. Who knows? But let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. The best way, of course, to support the channel. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. Of course, my podcast is also named The Kyle Peterson Show. Each and every single Tuesday, the podcast with my wife, Angie, wherever podcasts are found, and video casts on YouTube. So for Steph DeLander and Mance Warner, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?